my boys, the Yu Yu Hakusho live action from Netflix trailer finally dropped as part of the Netflix Geeked Week 23, and my goodness, we got a lot to talk about with this one. So yeah, I'm gonna try and show some of the footage from the trailer without getting copyright, hopefully, but if not, just know that I tried, because I also want to get this video out as soon as possible. But yeah. Alright, so we got some things to talk about with this trailer. So first off, I think the trailer starts off really good, actually. I do like how, you know, the first thing you see is Yusuke, like, looking around like, huh, what's going on? And then, bam, he's just dead. I think that's a sick way to start off the trailer, as it is, you know, kind of how the series starts off. And I don't know, I think that's really cool. Definitely sets up the seriousness of everything. And, you know, it's kind of like for those who know, you know? I think it works well with the serious music complementing the visuals of what's happening. And then I like how we transition into that skyline scene where Yusuke is like up in the air, because that takes me back to a lot of, you know, times we would see in the beginning of the anime where Yusuke and Botan are talking, and you know, it's just like nighttime and they're just floating in the air above the city and everything like that. That was pretty cool. Then we see them like on this boat, kind of like in this afterlife dimension type of world where it's like purple and there's all these lights. It looks really pretty, it looks really interesting, and I did get the sense of like, you know, we are in another dimension, perhaps going to the afterlife or going to like Koenma's place or whatever. So that was interesting. I don't exactly remember that from the anime specifically, but I do think it was pretty cool. It was interesting, and that might be something new that they've decided to make a spin on things for the live action. But yeah, first thing I will say, Botan does look a little weird. Like, she did look a little weird standing like next to / behind Yusuke. Like, I don't know. We didn't really see too much of her, obviously, and you know, perhaps the actress will play the character well, but I feel like from what we did see in this trailer of her, she just looked kind of weird. I don't know. She didn't really give off the Botan vibe, you know? And her design, like with her hair was just straight down, like she didn't really have the ponytail or anything. So I don't know. I mean, again, we got to see more, but from what I saw, I didn't really like her design or, you know, the expressions that she was giving off too much. And speaking of which, for the most part for this trailer, I would say the tone was pretty serious. Now again, this could be a first trailer type of thing, but I do feel like, you know, Yu Yu Hakusho definitely has those moments where it's not super serious all the time, and I do feel like, you know, Yusuke himself is he's a delinquent, right? And like, you know, he doesn't, like in this trailer, I feel like it's very serious and he's like, yeah, I gotta protect my friends kind of vibe. But I feel like Yusuke is not really like that per se. Like, he is, but he's also like a delinquent, and he's like, you know, he's got that like, I'm gonna beat someone's ass just because type of vibe. And I wonder if like they're going to showcase that part of his character still, and then have us, you know, progress from him going to that to being more truthful to like his emotions and how he feels about his friends and stuff, or if they're gonna like skip that part of his character and make it to where he just kind of understands how he feels, and like he isn't really a tough guy, like delinquent asshole from the beginning, which I think that would be not a great change. But again, I didn't really get that sense of him in this trailer, but that could also just be a first trailer type of thing, who knows. But yeah, speaking of which, Koenma, we only really saw the adult Koenma, and he looks pretty good actually. I do like his attire. I think it looks nice, it looks fitting, but Hiei does look kind of weird, man. Like, I don't know, it's the blue eyes. I can't, man. I don't know why it's blue. Like, why couldn't they be red? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't look great. I don't know why they did that. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't like it. But I will say, the action that we saw from Hiei, like the actual like fighting and what we saw, looks pretty cool. So I'm hoping that, you know, at least the action will be good. But yeah, Hiei's design does not look good. Kurobara looks pretty good though. I was actually like, okay, you know, Kurobara, from what we saw, there was like 2 shots with him mainly in it. From one where he's like running from, looked like a frog creature of some kind, but the other where he's like, he's got his spirit sword, which also, I think if I'm not mistaken, the spirit sword was blue instead of like that orange / yellowish color, which it usually is. So that's interesting. But yeah, he was like pulling out his spirit sword, and you could see like blood coming down like that. He looked kind of cool there. Okay, like I was like, okay, you know, I feel like they could have made Kurobara look a little more accurate, but at the same time, like, I think I could see the actor doing a really good job playing Kurobara. And as far as like the look goes, it might not be 100%, you know, with like the same hairstyle and everything, but I do feel like at the very least I can see the actor doing a good job. So I think that's like the main thing that matters. Kurama also looked pretty good. I did like how they showed him like throw the rose and everything, and the villains look pretty good. Like from what I saw, we saw, I guess, the villains from the Dark Tournament actually, but I don't know if they were actually in the tournament, like the arena, so that's, you know, gonna be interesting. But yeah, the villains that we saw looked pretty good, looked pretty accurate to, like, you know, how they look in the anime, I think, from what we did see. Because like Kurama was fighting that one guy that he fought in Dark Tournament, same with Hiei, and, you know, so they looked good for sure. But yeah, we didn't see the actual Dark Tournament arena, so that's maybe a little concerning. Hopefully they have that. I feel like they definitely need to have that. But yeah, action wise, the action from Kurama and Hiei looked pretty good, pretty solid, so that was cool. And like there was that one part where Yusuke like throws that punch against that guy. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of sick. But yeah, speaking of which, Toguro looked sick. Toguro looks fire. Like, I will say, I think they nailed Toguro, definitely. And also Genkai, from what I saw, Genkai looks great. Like, ooh, Genkai looks so good. I will say again, yo, they did nail some things, actually. They did nail some things. And then yeah, other than that, like at the very end, they had like a tease of like Yusuke like with his like final spirit gun type of thing. Not final, but you know, like the big giant spirit gun. And I was like, okay, like, you know, it looks pretty good, like, honestly. It didn't look too bad. I didn't look at it too much, obviously, because, you know, it was like a premiere sort of thing. But I think from what I saw, I was like, okay. So yeah, all in all, I would say I think my expectations were surpassed because they were pretty low, and that's a good thing. There's still some things I'm a little bit worried about, some things I'm still not happy with, like Hiei's design. But all in all, I think it's definitely good enough for me to go into with, you know, a little bit of hope, and like I definitely do want to check this out now for sure. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and I'm really curious what you guys think about the first trailer, the live action Yu Yu Hakusho from Netflix. Let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. That helps me out a ton. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next video.